program is Pacesetter Heritage, where we tell you about our culture and our tourism potentials in the state. My guest today is Pastor Favour Adewale Adewoyin, who is an ordained pastor and who got enlisted with the Living Faith Church worldwide since 2001. And he pastored majorly in the south of Nigeria for almost 10 years before he resigned and started youth ministry that produced youth-inspired organization, interdenominational summits that produced kingdom experience, and personal business that produced Destiny Molders venture. He has a ministry to the youth, and the vision of his ministry under the umbrella of Youth Inspire is to help the young people discover who they are, that is self-identity, why they are, their purpose in life, and what they have, their potential, that is what they want to become and how they want to contribute to the society. He has written books. Among the books is The Ultimate Solution to Youth Problem and Success Motivation. He is doing a Yoruba one very soon, currently working on a Yoruba novel titled Ìrìnàjò Tádé, which he wants to use to showcase Oke-Ogun's tradition, culture, values, industry, occupation, philosophy, language, and dialect and identity of Oke-Ogun people with the flora and fauna landscape, topography, fashion, and general ambience and locale of the Oke-Ogun people. Pastor Favour is also the president of Second Baptist Primary School, Ogon Okeo, aka Sukuga, and he was one Sukuga, okay, and he was one who mobilized the alumni association of that primary school to build the fence of the school when it collapsed. It is not possible to talk about the game of football in Kajola without mentioning Pastor Favour Adewoyin. He was the football captain in his primary school. He was the facilitator of Black Star Football Club, which he formed as Area Football Club after his primary school. He was a major striker for OIGS, and his team represented Oke-Ogun, Oyo State Principal Corps, with many other schools in Ibadan where they did their best. Pastor Favour did NYC in Kaduna State in 1990, and between 1993 and 1995, he worked with the National Automotive Council (NAC), which is renamed National Automotive Design and Development Council (NEDDC), a parastatal of the Federal Ministry, Abuja. Is a family man, and he has lived for 12 years in Osogbo, Osun State, from where they moved to Ibadan in 2020, where he's currently spreading his God-given gift, talent, knowledge to make maximum impact in the lives of people in different places across the globe. With this, I welcome my guest today, Pastor Favour Adewale Adewoyin. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, ma.
Since you are a person to be reckoned with in Oke-Ogun zone, particularly where you come from, Okeo, we want to know about Okeo. We want to know how Okeo originated and the cultural tourism potentials of that town as an ancient town in Oyo State.
Thank you very much. Before I go into talking about Okeo, I want us to situate our discussion around cultural tourism so that we'll be able to draw from it and move ahead.
Okay.
Now,
so your understanding of cultural tourism, and what terrain do you understand in Oyo State about culture and tourism?
Now,
about potentials in the state.
What is tourism?
Okay.
Tourism is the organization and operation of holidays and visits to places of interest.
Yes.
Now I want you to mark the word interest.
Yes.
That interest.
A destination.
It talks about the motivation, the persuasion. What really motivates? Is it history that motivates you to go into a particular place?
Yes.
Is it the culture? Is it the dance style
but
of the people?
Some people say tourism is a good business. Is it a business aspect?
It's a business.
Yeah.
But if we want to look at it, going to your question, is it history that lead you to go to a place to do research? Is it recreation? Is it you want to just have holiday?
Yes.
Is it the terrain? Is it the topography?
Yeah.
Now, if we understand tourism from that perspective, that it is moving to a particular place,
a destination
yes, for a particular interest.
Particular
now,
purpose.
Culture now is the art, the lifestyle, the background, the habit of that characterize a particular people, a particular society. What is really peculiar in that place? What is the culture of that? The identity of the society.
Yes.
Now, if we bring that together, we're talking about tourism and culture. So the focus, the persuasion now, the motivation now is culture.
Then let me ask you this question. Can there be tourism without culture?
Yes, there could be tourism without culture because we have different kinds of tourism. We have wildlife tourism.
Okay.
We have tourism for recreation.
The flora and the fauna.
We have tourism which is purely historical. Okay. We have tourism which is you just want to go and do research. So they are different, but cultural tourism.
That
is talking about culture. That's what we are interested in.
Because we want to showcase our culture, our tourism potentials to people.
Having said that,
are outside of your state.
Let me now talk about Okeo.
Okay.
Okeo is one of the ancient towns in Oyo State.
Yes.
And it has an interesting history, so which can attract somebody to go and study. For instance, Okeo,
because of the rocks and the holes.
Not even the rocks and the holes alone. That talks about the topography, the history itself, how the people came together. Now, Nigeria is trying to come together and solve the problem of ethnicity. That has been solved a long time ago in a place like Okeo.
Let's see.
In terms of confederacy, people from different backgrounds, 11 settlement, they didn't know themselves before. They settled in different points in that axis. So before they came together
to now become
one, called Okeo under Onjo Arileshere.
Okay.
So those 11 communities now moved from this current place to where we call Okeo Ahuru.
Can we have the names of the settlements?
The settlements are like Ijo.
Ijo. Where you derive the Unjo from.
Okay. Ogan.
Okay.
Bonje.
All right.
Bode. Isale Alubo.
Okay.
Ishia. Ishemi.
Okay.
Imoba.
All right.
Okeogun. Pamo.
Okay.
And one other Olele.
Olele. Okay.
So all those, they have their kings, their heads. Okay. So they only consider to Onjo because those are to be their head. Overall head. But they came from different settlements. Okay. That's how Okeo started.
Okay.
So they moved to Okeo Ahuru because of the Fulani marauders, the Dahomey attackers.
So that means Fulani has been in existence. They have been invading
Yoruba land for ages. So starting from Aloore, or when they conquer Afonja, they went to the hinterlands and began to conquer different places. So our people resisted them in Okeo. And that's the history of virtually every community in Yoruba land. So Okeo people went to Okeo Ahuru where they have rocks and holes. So they were living inside holes like animals. That
place gave them
shield. So there are holes that can contain 200 people, 300 people.
In
that place. And you see that on top of the rock they have their palace, where you see where the king, you see where they were cooking, where they were playing game and all those things. On top of the rock you see their fence. Then you see that there was a king that entered the ground
With chain. We
With
still have the chain, yes.
So that's the kind of things you have. You see their conference center. So those things can be used for tourism. There are things that can attract people to come out. These are the lifestyle of the people here before this time.
And now.
So then we also have a place called Moshra Garden.
Yeah.
And Moshra Castle. Where just one man converted rocks into beautiful scene that you want to be. The ambience is so beautiful, it's so serene, it's a good place. There are chalets there. So Okeo is made up of different rocks. Not only the one we
That's
went.
why I said Okeo is
we have the Bianyi,
rocks and
we have the Bianyi, we have the Olofin, we have Okofori, we have Akasube, we have different rocks.
That can be a delight
That
for
can
tourists.
be a delight for tourism.
All right, we have seen that. Then, when I was reading your profile, I read about mentorship, youth engagements, and things like that. How do you go about this? Because we have youth that are not even interested in our culture anymore. They don't want to even know anything about our culture. They want to be civilized. They want to live their life like Oyebos. There's no respect for elders anymore. We don't have children that can be bold to say, this is my Oriki. What do you have to say to this?
See,
Since you mentor
there's a disconnect
youth. Okay.
between what we were doing then and what we are doing now.
What were we doing before, and
Now,
how has it been disconnected?
This
Who caused
disconnect,
the disconnection?
the adult generation caused it.
How?
The disconnect is that in those days, parents had time for parenting. Not only single parenting. That is, your mother is not only your mother. Your mother is not only your mother. Every mother in the society is your mother. Your father is not only your father. Every father in the society is your father. In fact, if you misbehave, every father can flog you, including your teachers in the school.
And your parents will know.
Now, today, if a teacher beats a child, do you know what the father will go and do in the school, or the mother?
They'll go and fight the teachers.
They'll go and fight. Now, that's where we're having problem.
We lost it.
That's where we lost it. Now, in those days, I remember very well that I would travel from Okeo to Oyo for examination, JAMB.
And your parents will not follow you.
They won't follow. They don't even know where
you are going.
we are going. Today, you see parents carrying their children to school where they will have exam.
And
in fact, they organize for the school, where special center, and they will sit down. Now, this is the problem. You are telling the children that they need help. Many parents look for admission for their children.
Not that
they
got admission
on merit. So once we are taking care of our children that way, what we are doing is affecting the society. That's why children are disconnected from the old values. The things that build up, that made up. I've been going to Lagos since primary school.
And no one takes you.
No.
You go by yourself.
Those were the, but to Lagos was 1 naira. So we went there from age 11. Now, if you see age 11 child going out now, you know, especially in this time of insecurity. So we cause it. And if we want to change it, we have to consciously change it.
How do we do that?
One, we do that, take our education for example.
Okay.
Because I have been saying that people become what they are taught, or what they learn from what they are taught.
Okay.
Now, we don't teach our children again.
What do we do now?
We begin to teach them.
Okay.
We introduce this subject into our schools.
Like?
Respect. Have you seen a teacher come to class, they say, I want to teach you respect?
No.
Huh?
No.
I want to teach you how to discover your purpose.
Yourself.
That's my own area.
Okay.
Discovery of purpose, discovery of potential, maximizing your potential, how to release your potential, then how to have vision for your life. Now, no school is teaching about purpose. No school is teaching about potential. No school is teaching about vision. These are soft skills
They can
that
incorporate into
that
the
will help
curriculum
the science we want them to learn. That will help the technology we want them to learn.
to learn.
Because science alone cannot build a society. We need culture.
How about the technology that we have now?
Yeah.
The new media.
Yeah, social media and all this is really, you see, social media is not the problem, it's how we are using it. Because I also use social media for good things. Most of my books my researches are done online now. So I don't have to go and carry an encyclopedia. So I think it has to do with the values.
The angle you want to.
The angle. Everything is available in social media. Everything, good or bad. So, but what is inside of you will prepare you to go and search.
To pick
what you want.
to use.
So we don't, you see, let me say this before we move on. Every child is, or let me say the age of youth is the age of strength. Is the age of power. Now, is the age of adventure. But there's one other thing. Is the age of impressionistic. Youths are very impressionistic. What I mean by impressionistic is that good or bad, they swallow it. They don't know how to sieve between good and bad. So it is,
mix everything together.
Mix everything. Look at a child that is born.
Okay.
Give a child a paper. The first thing he will say, he will tear the paper or put it in his mouth. I don't know how it's like that, but a child knows how to destroy, not to create. You have to teach that child how to create as he grows up. So the same way, education must be taken more serious than we are taking it. So train your child in the way that so, and they will not depart. So if we are not training them, expect anything from them. So the devil will train them.
To catch them young.
That's it.
So, what do you think are the challenges of our cultural tourism potentials in the state?
Thank God the present administration is going about to look at the sites, the cultural, the tourism sites that we have. That's a very good
domestic
beginning.
Tourism.
Identifying what we have. Like you said, tourism is business.
It is.
There are countries that don't have a drop of crude oil under the belly of their heart, that they depend only on tourism, and they are making it. Now, the challenge is tourism is big business that requires big fund. It's not what individual can do. It's not what a group of people can do. It's not what government alone can face.
Okay.
So there's need for seeking for those who are interested in it, either companies to collaborate with government.
Okay.
So because if they start, they will coup their money, and government will have percentage there. At a long-term project. It's supposed to be a long-term project if you want to do it well. So funding is a major problem because the sites are there to activate. We have it. They need development. We have it all over Nigeria.
The nook and crannies of your state in particular.
It's not about even the topography alone. If you talk about culture in the area of music, in the area of dancing, in the area of the dialect of a particular place,
our language,
so those are part of culture. Our food,
our dressing.
Now, let me give you an example.
Okay.
In our place, we used to have Aloore festival.
Okay.
During Aloore festival, there's what we call the Ishekus. Yeah. These are people that go about in the night. I mean, they'll be singing or saying certain things. Those things are very didactic. They are pointing at the vices in the society, the good things and the bad things. They will mention the names of people that are doing evil in the night. So that when you hear about it, that people will correct themselves.
You can still do that now.
It's no longer there. Those are things we are missing because we have them woven into our culture, into our festivals. So these Ishekus will go about, and they will be pointing at the vices in the society for people to hear. Yesterday, is it not the way somebody did this? And they mention names. You can't do anything. But those that hear about them say, these are the people causing trouble in the society. And those are fighting a lot of problems. Those things are no longer there.
Thank you for that very insightful thing about our culture and tourism in Oke-Ogun, particularly Oyo State. We don't have much time again, but I want you to just talk in our mother tongue. Ẹ bá sọ̀rọ̀ ní Yorùbá ní ṣókí nípa bí àṣà wa, ìṣe wa àti ìrìn àjò afẹ́ ṣe lè gbòòrò sí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pàápàá jùlọ lókè o. Lásìkò púpọ̀ mọ́.
Ọ̀nà tí gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ lóyìnbó, ìjọba ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti mọ àwọn ibi tí àwọn ohun tá a lè lò fún àṣà àti ìgbafẹ́ wà. Nǹkan tó kù tí mo rí tí ìjọba lè ṣe ni pé kí wọ́n wá àwọn tí wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí kíní yìí, bóyá àwọn ilé iṣẹ́ ni o, àwọn èèyàn kan tí wọ́n kúrò, àwọn kan wà tó yẹ pé nǹkan tí wọ́n ń wá kíní yẹn tí wọ́n dẹ̀ lówó,
wọ́n lè
dáwó sórí ẹ̀ nítorí pé wọ́n á rí owó wọn padà. Kíjọba kó àwọn yẹn jọ, so kí wọ́n wá wo àdúgbò yìí òkè o, nǹkan báyìí ni wọ́n ní, èyí tẹ́ bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí nǹkan báyìí
ẹ wá lọ ṣe.
Wọ́n á rí owó wọn, ìjọba á rówó, á mú kí ìlú gbòòrò, owó máa wọnú ìlú, because ibi tẹ́ bá ti ráwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ń tajà, tí ẹ bá ti rí ibi tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe àṣà ìgbafẹ́, wọ́n á ṣe oúnjẹ, wọ́n á sùn sílé oúnjẹ, oríṣiríṣi nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ló máa jẹ́ kí ìlú dára.
Ká tó wá máa lọ, ẹ fún wa nímọ̀ràn nípa bí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa wọ́n ṣe lè lo ìgbésí ayé wọn tá fi jẹ́ pé àṣà wa á máa hàn nínú ìgbésí ayé wọn yàtọ̀ sí bó ṣe ń gbé nísìnyí tó jẹ́ pé wọn ò fẹ́ kẹ́ni kankan tiẹ̀ fẹnu sí nǹkan táwọn bá ń ṣe, pé a fẹ́ tètè lówó ṣáá ni.
Ṣe rí iṣẹ́ ńlá ni nǹkan tẹ́ béèrè yẹn máa gbà fún, ó sì wà lọ́wọ́ ìjọba, ó wà lọ́wọ́ aráàlú. Ìjọba gbọ́dọ̀ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti ṣe àwọn nǹkan nípa ẹ̀kọ́ wa. Ẹ rí i pé mo ń tẹnu mọ́, ọmọ àgbàrá òjò ò ní pé wọn ò nílé owó, onílé ni ò ní gbà fún. So ìjọba àtàwọn aráàlú wọn gbọ́dọ̀ dìde láti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti mú kí àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan tí a ní tó yẹ ká máa kọ́ nílé ìwé, ó yẹ kí wọ́n fi sí àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ wa. Fún àpẹẹrẹ, ẹ̀kọ́ báwo la ṣe wádìí báwo ni mo ṣe jẹ́ gangan, kí ni mo ní, kí lágbára tí mo ní tí mo lè sà,
kí ni mo fẹ́ dì
nílé ayé, ìran àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn a gbọ́dọ̀ mú wọnú ẹ̀kọ́ wa. Tá a bá ti mú wọnú ẹ̀kọ́ wa, àti lè máa mú àwọn ọmọ tí ó yanjú, tí ó tún ìlú ṣe, àti lè máa mú wọn jáde.
Ẹ ṣé àlejò wa Pastor Favour Adéwálé Adéwọ̀yìn, adúpẹ́ pé a pè ní ẹjẹ́ wa. Tó bá di ìgbà míì á pè nítorí mo mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ ṣì kù tẹ́ fẹ́ bá wa sọ nípa ohun tí à ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí, ṣùgbọ́n àsìkò ti lọ nítorí iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná tó ṣe mọ̀nàmọ́ná lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́jọ́ mẹ́jọ nígbà tí a tún mú àlejò pàtàkì míì wá fún yín lórí ètò ẹwà iyebíye ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lórí Aloore rédíò níléeṣẹ́ ìròyìn àṣà àti ìrìn àjò afẹ́. Èmi Títílayọ̀ Lawal ni mò ń dágbére fún yín pé ó dọjọ́ mẹ́jọ, ẹ kú kalẹ̀.
Bring you everything from breaking news.
President must know that this is a bad time for our nation. We must look for foreign support to save this nation.
World news, sport, music,
Girl, I just want me with you like guys,
and many more.